All right, welcome to For Sell by Owner Mindset, Strategy, and Daily Standard. If you want listings, for sale by owners need to be part of your strategy. They're not optional. They need to be part of it because they are the lowest hanging fruit in real estate. And here's why. A for sale by owner is someone who already decided, I want to sell my house. So you don't have to convince them to move. You don't have to convince them to sell. They've already made that decision. Now, most agents hear Fsbo and think, they don't want to work with me. And that is not true. They're not anti-agent. They just want to try on their own first. They want control. They want to save money. They want to see if they can do it themselves. That's it. And that mindset shift is important because if you understand that, you stop getting rejected emotionally and you start seeing the opportunity. And the opportunity is this. They already want to sell. Most of them don't know how hard it is, and most of them underestimate the process. They underestimate marketing, follow-up, negotiations, time, energy, and eventually, most of them realize this is harder than I thought. That's why Fsbos work. And yes, every once in a while, you get lucky. You call one, they answer, you handle the objections, you go on the appointment, and you walk out of there with a listing. That happens all the time. I've done it from doing it every day, but that is not the main play. The real game is this. Get in early, build a relationship, provide value, and stay in touch. So that way, when they are ready, you're the one they call. Now, let's talk about strategy because this is where most agents mess it up. They think that for sale by owners is a volume game, and it's not. It's a consistency game. You do not need to sit there and call 100 people a day. That's not the goal. The goal is simple. Talk to 2 to 3 for sale by owners every single day. Not call, talk to. Conversations, because conversations lead to appointments. Appointments lead to listings. That's the chain. Now, here is the most important part of this entire strategy. You want to call the newest Fsbos every single day. Not the ones from last week, not the ones from 3 days ago, if you can help it. The ones from the last 24 hours, because timing matters. When someone just listed their home, they're active, they're engaged, they're answering the phone, and they haven't been bombarded by agents yet. This is your best chance to have a real conversation. So here's what I want you to do every day. Go on Zillow, draw your area wherever you're comfortable driving. For me, it's an hour in any direction. Sort by for sale by owners, newest listings, and then call the newest ones first. I personally like calling in the afternoon because that's when I find that most Fsbos list. They usually list later in the day, usually after 4 p.m. So if you're calling at 4, 5, or 6 p.m., you're going to be hitting the newest listings first. And remember, being first matters here because the earlier you get to them, the better your odds. Now, yes, there is a strategy for older for sale by owners as well. And older for sale by owners can actually be great because they're more frustrated. Maybe they're more open. They might be a little more realistic. But your priority every day is always new first, then old. Now, let's talk about time. This should not take you all day. This should take you about 30 minutes to an hour every day. That's it. 30 minutes, focused, talking to 2 or 3 real sellers every day. That alone can change your entire business. Now, let's raise the standard real quick. Your goal should be at least 1 Fsbo appointment per day. That's the target. Because if you're talking to people every day and you're doing this consistently, you should be setting appointments, not hoping, not waiting, but actually setting. And the bigger picture, even if you don't get the listing today, you're building a pipeline and a database of people who want to sell. And if you follow up with them properly, which we'll cover later, you will get deals from this because most Fsbos do not sell on their own. They eventually need help. And when they do, they're going to call the agent who showed up early, stayed consistent, provided value, and didn't disappear. And that needs to be you. So key takeaway, for sale by owners are not a headache. They are an opportunity. They are not a waste of time. They are one of the most direct paths to listings. This is not about calling a ton of people. This is about consistency, timing, and conversations. And I want you to talk to 2 or 3 Fsbos every day. Call the newest ones first. Aim for 1 appointment a day. Do that consistently, and you will get listings. Not maybe, you will.